What's made the biggest difference is my 30 to 40 years of being a straight shooter, telling people the way it is, whether it's what they want to hear or not, which is why when I started my foreclosure opportunity fund to raise monies to take my business to the next level, it was all on a handshake. Now I have documentation, I have paperwork, but in the beginning, people knew Paul Linder. They trusted Paul Linder.
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Real Estate Pros Podcast. I'm your host, Scott Bursey, and today I'm joined by someone I've really been looking forward to chatting with, Paul Linder, who's been making some serious moves in the real estate space. Paul is an architect behind one of the city's most respected firms, Prestige Property Solutions. From managing massive portfolios to closing high-stakes residential deals, he's a wealth of knowledge on how to scale without losing the boots-on-the-ground integrity. He's a broker, a mentor, and a straight shooter. Paul, welcome to the show.
Glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
I think our audience is really going to take away something from the way you've been able to navigate the sheer velocity of the Boston market. Most people talk about scaling, but you're actually doing it in a city where the margins are tight and the timelines are even tighter. Your perspective on high volume management is exactly what our audience needs to hear. Let's dive in, shall we?
Thank you.
So first off, for people who may not be familiar with your world, give us the short version. What's your main focus these days?
Yep. My main focus is buying in the foreclosure arena, which is totally the Wild West.
Well, that sums it up very nicely. Free for all, if you will. And what markets are you operating in specifically, Paul?
Yeah, in the greater Boston area. My office is in Boston, and I have a radius of about a 30 to 40-minute drive.
Love it. Hey, how convenient to have everything right there at your fingertips. What caught my attention about you, Paul, was the way you've been able to bridge the gap between the high-speed rental hustle of Allston, Brighton, and the high-stakes world of residential sales. Usually a pro chooses one lane, but you've mastered the mechanics of both, proving that you can scale a massive rental engine without losing that white glove touch on the sales side. That requires a level of surgical precision that most people just haven't developed in this shifting economic climate. What's the unshakable pillar in your system that allows this machine to scale without breaking, even when the market gets volatile?
To be honest with you, I'm a little bit surprised myself that the journey has taken me down the road it's taking me. To answer your question is have been able to, and I'm successful at, bringing a team around me who I could put in place to accomplish my goals. I've been doing this for 35 some odd years, and although my energy level is still okay, there's nothing that beats the enthusiasm of a 30-year-old hungry person who was just has the world as sees the world as their oyster.
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. And that's infectious as well. It really can translate into feeding energy into a room of people that can take that energy and escalate things. That's awesome. And hey, that's well noted. Now, every operator I know, Paul, has a moment where things got real. You know, maybe a deal went sideways or a time that they had to pivot fast. Do you mind sharing one of those moments with us?
Well, to be honest with you, I had that moment 30 years ago. And I was young. I had my foot to the gas pedal, and the markets changed, and I wasn't prepared for it. Ever since then, I learned those lessons. There were lessons that had to be learned. I did learn those lessons, and ever since then, I've been able to navigate things. I've been able to see beyond the horizon and anticipate problems. And I haven't had a sleepless night since.
That's awesome. Experiencing those bumps in the road sometimes, and it sounds like it has in your case, propels somebody into achieving their goals. That's the real world grit that usually gets left on the cutting room floor, Paul. Most people just want to, give the highlight version of what's occurred in their career, but you're giving the actual blueprint to some extent for the trenches. And honestly, that's the barrier to entry for the elite. It's what separates the weekend hobbyist from the career operators who are still standing in the game 30 years down the road. Thank you for sharing that with us. Let me ask you this. What are you most focused on solving or scaling next, Paul?
Right. There's nothing more fun for me that's more titillating than buying real estate. I bought my first house at 22, and 40 years later, I'm still buying property. But you do need this discipline and not to overpay. To me, things are overpriced. The interest rates haven't gone up and prices have not reflected that higher interest rate and the higher cost of carrying property. So I've decided to take a more short-term overview, which is buy foreclosed property, buy distressed property, see an unfair advantage, see an edge, capitalize on that unfair advantage and that edge, and get in and get out with a profit.
Point well taken. What's the next real goal for you now? The bullseye that you could shoot for in your realm?
To be honest with you, I've accomplished everything beyond my wildest dreams. Although I am a modest person. I'm not Donald Trump. I never said I was. But it's still exciting for me to do what I do. It helps keep me in the game. So I've taken this foreclosure opportunity and turned it into a rinse and repeat business, which I do it once, I execute, I do it again, and that's exciting for me. And but I'm not at a racetrack. It's got to be measured. It's got to be calculated. It's got to be profitable. And that's what I do on a day-to-day basis.
And it should be exciting because you've taken a winning recipe and repeated it time and time again and executed. I guess the real word is execution. And for that, hey, I've got to tip my hat to you. That next move is where the leverage lies. It lives, if you will, Paul. It can either perfect your operation or detonate your workflow, depending on the strategy that you deploy. I'm sure there's something that you may be working to achieve. Interested to know if you were starting over today with, let's just say, $50K. and only 10 years of experience, but zero portfolio. What's the first lead gen channel you'd turn to?
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency. It's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
Yep, I have an answer for you. I would probably go to more speculative locations, areas that are a little unseemly for some other people, because that way I would get my greatest rate of return. And that's the answer. They wouldn't be the pretty streets. They wouldn't be the tree-lined streets. They'd be the locations that some people are not interested in trafficking.
And Paul, that's a very good answer. That's a concrete answer, and that's an honest answer. Thank you. Now, I know a lot of our audience is either, earlier in their journey or looking to level up. And I think they benefit from hearing this. When it comes to building relationships and growing your network, what's made the biggest difference for you?
What's made the biggest difference is my 30 to 40 years of being a straight shooter, telling people the way it is, whether it's what they want to hear or not, which is why when I started my Foreclosure Opportunity Fund to raise monies to take my business to the next level, it was all on a handshake. Now I have documentation, I have paperwork, but in the beginning, people knew Paul Linder, they trusted Paul Linder, and just on that handshake, I was able to raise $1.5 million, which includes getting monies from my CPA. If my CPA, who knows where all the bodies are buried, will lend you money, then that's a good thing. That's a testament to myself, and I take it very serious, and I'm proud of that.
And you should be. And I'm certainly not going to argue with that winning recipe. What a proven system it's been for you. You just can't fake that. At this level of the game, proximity is power. The math is, it's only clear to a certain level. It's the depth of your connections that determines who actually gets to the closing table. Would you feel that's a fair testament to what you've been able to accomplish over your 40-year span, 40-plus year span?
Whether it's real estate or any other business endeavor, it doesn't change. If you're an honest person, if people look at you and they say that Paul says what he's going to do and does what he says he's going to do, and sometimes I take the difficult calls. A lot of people I do business with, unfortunately, well, it's a difficult call. They won't take it. Right to voicemail. I pick the phone up and I deal with whatever on the end of the phone. And as long as you tell people what's going on, give them the story. And if it's a story that's possible and believable, you'll be okay.
Absolutely. Hey, and I've got to ask you this one. How do you maintain your edge when things are going well? It's easy to grind when you're broke. Let's be honest. But how do you stay hungry when you've reached your magnitude of success?
You know something? I asked myself the same question. My father died when I was 11, and I lived my life to make my mother proud of me, and it tears me up even now. And although she's been gone a long time, but now the ability to push myself, the discipline to push myself, I have that now, and I don't do it for anybody but me. To look in the mirror and say, Paul, job well done. But in the beginning, I needed something to get me up and hit the ground running, and it was my mother.
That's awesome, and I concur. Paul, job well done. All right, before we wrap, if somebody wanted to reach out and connect with you, what's the best way for them to collaborate and learn more? And what's the best way for them to contact you, Paul?
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
Right. So I'd like to say a couple things before we go. And again, part of the reason I'm here today. Started something called the Foreclosure Opportunity Fund. There is about a 100-page disclosure that was put together by professional attorneys, of which I'm looking to raise monies not only from friends, but from people who don't know me, who feel comfortable with me, who are going to learn my story. I'm offering a straight 12% rate of return for a 1-year time horizon. At that 1 year, you'll get your rate of return back. Plus, if you want your balance back, your principal, no problem. If you want to roll it over, no problem. I'll tell you a quick story. I'm in with my eye doctor, and he's an entrepreneur, and we talk about all kinds of things. He knows I'm in real estate, and I'm telling him about the Foreclosure Opportunity Fund. He finds it all fascinating, and he says, well, Paul, what is the minimum I need to invest? I said, $200,000. I've got $200,000. I want to give it to you to invest. He says, do you have a disclosure? I said, I have all those things. Send it to me, please. Well, by the end of the week, I had a wire transfer of $200,000 deposited in my Foreclosure Opportunity Fund.
That's awesome.
So
Could
that's
you-
what I'd like to put out there to people who, I'm not promising you 30% rate of returns. Something that I can live with, something that's manageable. And to get a hold of me, it's Paul has APTS, the digit 1, kind of like Paul has apartments 1 at AOL.com or 617-448-8575. And the website is prestigepropertysolutions.com.
That is totally awesome. And I find your latest venture to be quite fascinating. Thank you for sharing that with us.
Do you have
We need
time
more-
for me to share one more story?
Absolutely, there is. Yes.
Great.
And we'd all love to hear it.
Thank you. I'm sitting by the phone as I am today, and everybody works off their cell phone. Well, we have an office phone. I'm looking at it now. It almost never rings. But when it rings, it's usually a Google spam call. But I feel it's my responsibility to answer the phone. So I get a call. Hi, this is Paul, Prestige Property Solutions. And on the other end of the phone, is this Paul Linder? I go, yes. Well, my name is such and such from such and such management company, and we'd like you to represent us on all our foreclosed and troubled assets in Massachusetts. And I literally said, you do? Never heard of this company. I'm not going to say the name. I Googled them. They're a $1 billion fund that lends money to developers, contractors, and not everything goes according to plan. And now my team is in charge of, right now, about $15 million worth of assets that we're stabilizing and going to liquidate for them.
All because you picked up the phone. You were the
Honest to
person
God.
that takes those calls.
I don't know how they found me. They found me somehow. Somebody must have said something good about me. It might have been God. I don't know. I don't know who it was, but somehow my name got out there as being a reputable person. It's been about a year and a half now. Just recently, we closed on a $1.8 million brand new townhouse in Cambridge, Massachusetts, and we have multi-assets that we're looking to stabilize, put them on the market, and sell. It's a beautiful thing.
It is a very beautiful thing. And that's a testament, because you've done things right and you continue to do things right. We need more people in this space who are doing it the right way, Paul.
By the way, in closing, if there's a young person out there who here's this broadcast who lives in the Boston area that say, how do I hitch my wagon with Paul? I'm taking young kids in all the time, and I'm happy to be a mentor. I'm happy to show them something that they never saw before. If you call that giving back, yeah, then I guess it's giving back. And where it takes them, I don't know, but I'm happy to open up my office to them and give them an opportunity to see what we do. And maybe like at 19 years old, where I found my career, it may have the same effect on somebody else.
Thanks for that. And thanks for being here, Paul. This has been an honor, a real
My
privilege.
pleasure. Thank you very much.
And for those of you tuning in, if you got value from this, make sure you're subscribed. We've got more conversations coming up with operators just like Paul, who are out there building real dynamic businesses. We'll see you in the next episode, everybody.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.